Tetley Dean. Dean the yellow diesel was racing with the breakdown train. Not long ago, Tony was in an accident with some trucks. Dean arrived at the scene where the controller was having a little chat with Tony. The controller asked Tony driver to move forward, but Tony shot backwards. Then he asked Tony to go backwards, and Tony went forwards. "Looks like somebody's been messing around with the controller again," said Tony driver. "It seems like Tony had to go to the works and check that out," said the controller. Tony was shocked. "But sir, who will pull my next train that I was supposed to be covering?" The controller thought for a while. He can't take another engine out of service to pull the train because it was such a short notice. He turned around and he boomed, "Dean, can you take Matthew's next slow good train?" Dean beamed. "Oh yes sir." He always wanted to pull the mainline trains and see the world, instead of seeing the same old stuff in the yard. The controller was pleased. "Good," he boomed. "There will be a slow good train ready for you in the station yard." So Dean went off to find his train. He found his trucks in the siding just outside the station. Dean had heard before about the slow good train was meant to stop at every station to pick up and set down trucks. He was coupled up to the trucks. He waited for the guard to blow his whistle and wave his green flag, and they was off. It was easy to pull the trucks at first, but it soon got longer and heavier at every stop. He was lucky that it was a drop-off and load point for some trucks. Joey was in the yard. He put some trucks onto the train, but unfortunately Tetley was joined on. "Watch out! Watch out!" Joey warned Dean, but Dean comfortably said, "Don't worry, I'll be fine." Dean started off, but this time he was held in the same place, because he didn't know that Tetley had asked all the trucks to hold back. Dean tried his best to pull the trucks out of the station, but they didn't budge. "Come on," he begged. "Let's go, and stop slacking in the back." The trucks replied, "We won't." "You will." "We won't." "You will." And Dean gave him a big bump. "Come along, you hot-headed troublemaker." Dean started, and the trucks went along, making Dean think he had them under control. But the trucks have other plans. They soon got a hill where Tetley liked to pull his tricks. Dean found the weight of the train on his coupler now. "Oh, come on," groaned Dean. "Not again." The trucks was hurting him back, but Dean wasn't giving up that easy. He tugged and he tugged and he tugged the trucks with all his might. He did hit a crank, but he had too many things on his mind to worry about that. He didn't know that one of the trucks behind him had a weak coupler, and all the tugging had made it more unsettled. He managed to get the train over the hill, but just then it happened. The coupler snapped and Dean shot forward with the truck slapping behind him. The next station, the porter was talking to the station master. "Hey, Leon." He was rudely interrupted. "That's station master Leon to you." He apologized. Sorry. "But can you hear that?" The station master replied, "Well, why else do you think I..." Then he gasped, "Oh my, that engine have lost its train." Dean raced past, heading towards the siding. The station master shouted, "Look out, Dean, that's a runaway." Leon hesitated as Dean crashed, siding. The trucks laughed and laughed. The porter went to call the breakdown train while the driver looked Dean over. "Well, Dean," he said, "you're lucky that you don't need any major repairs." Dean gleamed and enjoyed. "But," the driver went on, "you do have some scrapes and scratches." Dean's face fell. "I know, boy. We have to go to the repair shed.